What are you guys doing in here? Get out. What do you do? You can't be in the 3D printer. We've talked about this. Today, I want to 3D print a 3D printer. Okay, well, it won't exactly work, but it'll still be really fun. So here's the plan. I want this project to be a small little recreation of like a generic makerspace or workshop. Now, I want it to have the printer, obviously, but I also want it to have some sort of like multi-material unit, like an AMS or whatever. I want some little tiny filament spools. I want all the tools, you know, like pliers, flush cutters if I can, glue. So let's make use of printables and let's find some cool models. All right, we have the printer, the AMS, the filament, the toolbox, a nozzle, pliers, a screwdriver, glue, a micro SD card, a little laptop, and finally, the table. All right, I got them all downloaded. You can see I did a little bit of mining off camera. This is pretty much the same project that I did for school, except now I'm gonna be coloring it, and I did some resizing because the one that I did for school, the AMS was massive compared to the machine. I'm gonna get some stuff colored, we're gonna get some stuff printed, and we'll check back later. All right, printer's all colored. It's gonna take over a day to print, and it's just the printer. Alright, we got everything colored. It took forever, and there are some funny things that I want to show you. Alright, so here's the laptop and the pliers. They're all colored. And then this thing here is just a flush object to use flushed filament. The toolbox, similar story. Got the infinity cube as the flush object. Now here's the printer. Now you can tell that the printer is the only colored thing. That's because all of these are going to be flush objects, because otherwise it would flush over 170 grams of filament. That is almost a fifth of an entire spool. So yeah, we're not doing that. And honestly, I'd rather use more filament in total as long as we don't use as much flushed filament. Boo, plastic waste. Boo. Right, so the next step is to get it all printed and then assemble it. Spools went everywhere. Where'd the yellow go? It's fine, I didn't even want yellow anyway. Okay, right. I have to clean it and assemble it, and we'll get started with the storage box. Right, so the storage box I just barely printed, and it has some little stringy bits coming off of it. I don't know if you can see it there. But that'll clean. I already printed the actual printer. Looks very nice. Definitely didn't take forever at all. Right, so here's our little tiny AMS thing. Looks fine, I guess. Oh my goodness. Hi. Future Bubs in here to complain about problems that you cannot relate to, probably, hopefully. So I have this funny little ring, right? And there's a feature that I turned on where basically if I double tap my fingers, it'll start or stop a video / take a photo. Problem is I somehow toggled it in the middle of assembling like everything and lost all my footage. So here's a recap of what I did. So I glued the laptop together, and as you can see here, it left a little bit of gamer crust. Now don't shame me. Don't act like your laptop doesn't have any gamer crust on here. It's okay, you don't have to be ashamed. I haphazardly glued these two spools together because that's how I want it to look on the table once I eventually get everything on the table. I then glued a bunch of filament inside the fake little AMS here. I chose black and white because those are like bog standard 3D printing colors. Then I chose red because it's my favorite, and green because why not? And as you can see, green has this little tail coming off of it. That's because I want the tail to go into the 3D printer, the little mini 3D printer, so that it looks like filament is loaded in here. So this isn't really a multi-material system, it's just a spool holder, but it's okay. It'll look nice anyway. I also assembled the toolbox. These three drawers are permanently super glued in because they don't really need to open or close. I don't want them to either. I plan to glue tools inside this one and have it like slightly open so that you can see the tools peeking out. Just barely the glue bottle finished printing. Still need to take the supports off and integrate it, but here it is. The pliers are done. It's time to put them together. Oh, they're not going together. All right, you gotta bring out the real ones. All right, and they're together now. You, the guy she tells you not to worry about. All right, and the last two parts are done. We got the little tiny nozzle up here. Then we got our table. Now, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's assemble the rest of the stuff that we need to do. So in the drawer, I want to put all of the little tools that I made. Looks like I ended up with 4. Wait, no, not 4. Looks like we ended up with 5 in total, and I want them all to go in here kind of haphazardly because that's how workshops usually work. And out comes the super glue again. I think the strat is to glue the thing and then just kind of put it in there somewhere. We'll start with our pliers. We have enough glue on our pliers. We'll just put them right there. Glue will go into the drawer as well. Lots of super glue. This project is very super glue heavy. And you know what? That's great. That's a perfect spot. Then for the micro SD, because it's tiny, it's gonna... Alright, micro SD can go right there. That should be... Oh, geez, there's glue on me. And then the nozzle we can put somewhere in there too. I'm gonna glue my skin to myself. Just put that in there. See, screwdriver, I actually want to put it on top of the drawer or maybe on the table. Figure that out in just a second. All right, now before I start putting everything on the table, there's one more thing I need to do. I need to hook up the filament to the printer. Now to do that, I'm going to try something that I've never done before. I'm going to try welding it to the thing. And it's on fire. Well, that worked great. All right, we're going to give that another shot, but this time hopefully not setting it on fire. Hey, actually works pretty well. All right, well, I've never tried that before, and it worked mostly fine. Table time. All right, first I want to try laying them out, see how this is gonna work. All right, gotta glue the screwdriver so it can go where I want to put it. Now that just goes like right there. Yeah, it'll look good. All right, now it's time to permanently put the drawer in. Then we will throw that in there like that. Then the glue will cure and that will be stuck like that forever. Okay, I think I'm a lot happier with this layout instead. I just realized top-down view looks very goofy. All right, so this is kind of what I'm going for. I guess I'll put the AMS behind it, have the filament kind of jump over it like that. I'll have the filament, the two extra ones, kind of floating in the middle. Have the laptop, the toolbox. You know what? I think that'll look good. All right, now we need a lot of super glue. I'm running out of super glue. It's getting goobery. Well, I guess if nothing else, this project will be an excuse to buy another bottle of super glue that isn't thick or slow curing. This super glue is absolutely not meant for projects like this. Ow. All right, everything is glued. It is done. Guys, I have a confession to make. I've been holding a secret from you. There's one more thing that I want to add to this project. This 3D printer just finished printing a tiny version of itself in green. And there it is. Once we get some more flattering lighting on it, that actually looks really good. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Looks a lot better than my school one. All right, that's about it. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss an upload. I'm going to try and put out new videos every single Friday. Weekly uploads, long form videos, and I'll do shorts in between. Subscribe so you never miss them. And that's all I have for you, so bye.